And news from the auto world, and shares of Nissan Motor, they have dropped 4% in early trade today.
Nissan is officially going out of business as sales plummet, but their problems don't stop there. Sales is just a symbol of a larger issue, not the cause. And Nissan is a huge company. Anything that happened to them is going to affect the industry. So what is going to happen after this? And what the heck happened to Nissan? How did we get here? Let me break this down for you in more detail. Nissan, once a dominant force in the automotive industry, is now grappling with a series of financial hurdles that have sent shockwaves through the entire sector. The staggering 99% decline in profits is a clear indicator that the company is facing serious challenges. And get this, now in a desperate attempt to attract buyers and stay afloat, they are offering steep discounts on their vehicles. Look, the situation at Nissan is getting out of hand. Imagine seeing a brand new car priced at just $12,000, almost half of what it originally sold for. This jaw-dropping deal isn't a one-off, but rather a reflection of the serious issues plaguing the company. As more and more consumers flock to dealerships in search of mind-blowing discounts, Nissan's financial saga is uncovering both obstacles and new opportunities within the ever-changing car market. These astonishing discounts have not only raised eyebrows, but also sparked intense discussions about the long-term viability of such aggressive sales tactics. Is this the beginning of the downfall of a giant? I can't lie. This situation raises a lot of questions about Nissan's future. Can they weather this storm and regain their former glory? Or is this the beginning of the end for a once mighty brand? And why is this happening? Let's break this down, and while we do that, just subscribe and hit that bell icon below so you don't miss out. The start of a new era. Nissan's current struggles are not merely the result of the usual ups and downs seen in the business world. They are indicative of much deeper issues bubbling away beneath the surface of the company. Have you thought about what that could mean for them? Let's dive into the financial waters and see what's really going on. Sales figures have been wobbling in pivotal markets, and a big part of this can be pinned down to a vehicle lineup that's starting to feel tired, old, and frankly uninspiring. In a fast-moving environment where the automotive landscape is sprinting headfirst into electrification and high-tech breakthroughs, Nissan is lagging behind, waving from the sidelines. Meanwhile, competitors are revving their engines, pushing the envelope with futuristic designs and eco-friendly technology. Nissan, on the other hand, appears to be stuck in reverse, clinging heavily to fleet sales rather than captivating individual customers who wander into dealerships. This strategy has only worsened the situation, bolstering the perception that Nissan is struggling to maintain pace with the industry giants. This is no easy pill for the fans to swallow. It leaves many folks questioning what lies in the future for this storied brand. To gain a real understanding of Nissan's current woes, we need to take a step back and traverse the winding road of its history. So let's embark on that journey together. Imagine this scenario. It's the early 20th century, an era ripe with innovation and an enthusiasm for all things automotive. In 1911, the Diat Motor Car Company came into being, planting the very seeds for what would eventually blossom into the Nissan we know today. Fast forward to 1931, when the company decided to rebrand itself as Datsun, a title that neatly captured its goal of providing affordable vehicles to a burgeoning market eager for dependable transportation options. By the late 1950s, Datsun was making waves in the American automotive scene, expertly tapping into consumers' desires for reliable and economical vehicles. Picture those legendary models like the Datsun 510 and the beloved Z-Series sports cars zipping through the streets in the late 1960s. Datsun quickly transformed into a respected name, celebrated for its winning combination of innovation and affordability. As we fast forward through the decades, here's where things take an interesting turn. Nissan, previously known as Datsun, took the lead in promoting small, fuel-efficient vehicles, a trend that struck a chord during the oil crises that rocked the nation in the 1970s. The brand's sharp marketing tactics and acute awareness of consumer needs propelled Datsun to snatch a notable share of the market, establishing itself as a fierce competitor against the classic American auto giants like Ford and General Motors. Now, here we are in the year 2024, and Nissan, once hailed as a powerhouse in the automotive arena, finds itself grappling with a multitude of daunting challenges threatening its lifeline. So what exactly is on the line? Let's break down the core issues. It all comes down to three critical factors. Let's break this down, starting with The sales crisis. If we rewind the last 5 years, we find that Nissan has faced a jaw-dropping decline in its market share. This once impressive figure has tumbled from a sturdy 7.7% down to a mere 5.8%, which is nothing short of astonishing. Before you brush this off as just another dry statistic, consider what it signifies. This dramatic downturn tells a much larger story, one that highlights vanishing consumer interest coupled with cutthroat competition that is clearly taking a toll on Nissan. And there's more. On August 2024, the company laid its cards on the table, revealing an alarming global sales drop of 5.5%. This revelation capped off a challenging streak of 5 consecutive months where sales have been sliding downward. For Nissan, the US market is a vital cornerstone of its success, yet it is now ringing alarm bells, propelled by a complex mix of serious challenges. At the very heart of this decline is Nissan's substantial reliance on fleet sales. This dependence has morphed into a weighty burden that drags the brand down. Fleet sales often bring in lower profits compared to the glamorous appeal of retail sales. They also bring about an overflow of vehicles in the market, creating a sea of discounted options that can dilute the brand's value. In fact, Automotive News has revealed some shocking statistics. A staggering 38% of Nissan's 1,071 dealerships across the United States are currently running in the red. This oversaturation, where Nissan has more dealerships than competitors like Honda and Hyundai, has created a shaky business model that is struggling to maintain relevance and uphold its market presence. But hold on, the situation becomes even more troubling when you consider Nissan's aging lineup of vehicles. While industry titans such as Toyota and Honda dazzle the market with fresh, exciting models that resonate strongly with consumer desires, Nissan seems to be stuck in the slow lane. It raises an important question: how long can Nissan afford to lag behind its competitors without implementing significant changes? Which brings us to the second factor: no new options. The glaring absence of hybrid vehicles in Nissan's lineup screams for attention in today's electric age. As we gear up for the year 2024, it's honestly shocking to see Nissan sitting isolated among the major automakers in the United States, offering no hybrid or plug-in options at all. This bold statement reflects a growing unease in the automotive industry as competition heats up. Look at what brands like Toyota are doing. They've woven hybrid options seamlessly into their offerings, with nearly 30% of all Toyotas sold last year featuring some form of hybrid powertrain. In stark contrast, Nissan's attempts to catch up feel alarmingly sluggish and inadequately planned. This hesitance to embrace innovative and eco-friendly options has pushed consumers toward more progressive brands, leaving Nissan trailing considerably behind. Let's dive deeper here. The hybrid version of Nissan's beloved Rogue SUV isn't set to hit the market until the year 2027. That's an exceptionally slow response to the rapidly shifting demands of consumers in a world increasingly focused on environmental concerns. As more drivers become conscious of their ecological impact, they are actively seeking greener transportation solutions. Unfortunately for Nissan, this sluggishness in innovation leaves the company in a precarious position that could lead to significant repercussions. Now, let's take a little trip down memory lane. Remember all the excitement surrounding the launch of the Nissan Leaf back in 2010? It was an electric vehicle breakthrough, one of the first mainstream options on the market, generating waves of excitement among eco-conscious drivers eager for change. But fast forward to now, and the Leaf seems to be struggling to keep up, with cutting-edge electric vehicles dropping left and right from competitors like Tesla and Ford. The Leaf is in danger of losing its once prominent place in the spotlight. The glaring lack of fresh features, regular updates, and performance boosts hasn't worked in Nissan's favor. Consumers are on the search for the latest innovations in sustainable automotive technology, and Nissan's failure to stay competitive means they risk losing vital ground to more agile rivals. Now, let's shift gears and focus on another pressing concern: the damaged name. This is a significant factor and yet another looming cloud over Nissan that just won't go away. The damage to their name has primarily arisen from ongoing reliability issues, particularly surrounding the notorious problems tied to Nissan's continuously variable transmissions, also known as CVTs. Drivers across various Nissan models have reported a shocking range of issues with these transmissions, which include everything from rough shifting to unexpected acceleration and even total transmission failures. Yikes! Seriously, this isn't what you'd expect from a major player in the automotive world. What's even more concerning is that these issues aren't merely a handful of isolated incidents. A recent survey conducted by Consumer Reports revealed that a significant chunk of potential Nissan buyers is backing off due to major reliability concerns. Talk about a blow. The brand's rankings have taken a serious nosedive in result. Longtime loyal customers who stood steadfastly by Nissan have started jumping ship, opting for vehicles from other manufacturers after being fed up with these persistent CVT headaches. In an industry where customer loyalty is a golden ticket, this erosion of trust is nothing short of catastrophic. If drivers can't trust their car to get them from point A to point B without a hitch, why on earth would they consider sticking with Nissan? It's a tough spot for the company to find itself in. Sure, Nissan has spent years building a reputation for quality and dependability, but all that hard work is quickly unraveling because of these ongoing CVT troubles. As long as customers keep voicing their frustrations, that persistent cloud of reliability concerns will undoubtedly continue to loom over the Nissan brand. This brings us to a vital question. Can Nissan recover and win back the invaluable trust of its customers? It's not going to be a simple fix. However, if they can crack the code and sincerely resolve these transmission problems once and for all, maybe, just maybe, they have a shot at redemption. After all, who doesn't crave a reliable, problem-free ride? Isn't that the basic expectation we all have from our vehicles? But don't get your hopes up. We aren't done yet. We're just scratching the surface here. Let's really dig into the specifics of these pressing issues. The Goen scandal. Let's jump into one of the most dramatic and eye-opening chapters in Nissan's recent history, the Carlos Ghosn scandal. This isn't just any story, it feels more like a wild roller coaster ride that rattled the very core of the automotive industry. Ghosn was once celebrated as a visionary leader, not just any leader, but the one who single-handedly transformed Nissan from a struggling company into a global powerhouse with a strong reputation. However, everything flipped upside down in late 2018 when he was arrested on serious charges of financial misconduct. This arrest caused shockwaves that reverberated not only through Nissan but also throughout the broader automotive landscape. And the drama doesn't stop there. Ghosn's escape from Japan while he was supposed to be awaiting trial only made the situation more intense. Suddenly, there were embarrassing questions swirling around about corporate governance inside Nissan. It revealed deep internal rifts that had likely been simmering beneath the surface for quite a while. After his arrest, shocking revelations about financial mismanagement and dubious practices came to light. These further tarnished Nissan's already shaky reputation. Investors wasted no time reacting to this chaos. S&P Global quickly downgraded Nissan's credit rating to junk status, primarily due to serious concerns about the stability of the company's management. The fallout from the Ghosn affair has cast a long and dark shadow over Nissan's corporate governance as well as its public image. Ever since Ghosn left, the company has struggled to find its footing and regain the confidence of both investors and consumers. Now, it finds itself under the microscope, facing intense scrutiny regarding its leadership and strategic direction at a time when decisive and bold action is not just recommended, it's vital for survival. So, what's the new plan? Well, we have already talked about how Nissan is planning to regain its momentum, at least in terms of sales. Just imagine this, many dealerships are showcasing eye-popping discounts that reach up to 15% off the invoice prices on selected popular models. Shoppers can find incredible deals on vehicles like the Nissan Rogue or the Altima, allowing them to snag these cars at prices that are significantly lower than their true market value. But there's more. Nissan has launched a jaw-dropping offer of 0% financing for as long as 60 months on several of its models. This means it's easier than ever for potential buyers to step into a brand new car without feeling crushed by high interest payments. So what does this mean? Let's dissect this together. These enticing promotions are not going unnoticed, folks. They are plastered all over various marketing platforms, including social media channels, eye-catching television ads, and lively email campaigns designed to grab attention and draw potential buyers in. Recently, ads have rolled out featuring catchy slogans like "Drive today, pay less." These clever lines aim to spark a sense of urgency among car shoppers. The advertisements don't just spotlight those impressive discounts, they also shine a light on Nissan vehicles' reliability and appealing features, trying to reconnect with consumers who may have overlooked the brand during tougher times. In addition to these discounts, Nissan has adopted a marketing approach centered around limited time offers. This clever strategy effectively creates a buzz and a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, among car shoppers. By showcasing showcasing real customer testimonials featuring positive experiences and those amazing deals people have landed, Nissan hopes to build trust and drive more people through their dealership doors. It's all about getting customers excited to check out what's available. However, there's a significant catch here. While these hefty discounts appear to attract buyers quickly, they come with dire consequences for Nissan's overall profitability. The average net profit for US Nissan dealerships has crashed by a staggering 70%. Now, it sits precariously at just $262,582 per dealership. Seriously, that's a massive hit. This drop is alarming, especially considering that nearly 38% of the 1,071 dealerships are currently struggling and operating at a loss. The return on sales, a key indicator of dealership viability, has significantly plummeted from 3.2% a year ago to just 1% currently. This clear decline signals that many dealers are fighting tooth and nail just to keep their doors open. The slim profit margins resulting from these aggressive discounts complicate the financial dilemmas the dealership network faces. Many dealers find themselves selling cars at or even below cost, which means they are unable to pull in enough revenue from ancillary services. Those services like financing deals, service contracts, and parts sales are the lifeblood that keeps dealerships afloat financially. Yet, with lower new vehicle sales, there are far fewer trade-ins to improve revenue flow. This leads to a vicious cycle where dwindling car sales only further shrink service revenue. To make matters worse, Nissan's US market share has plummeted dramatically from 5.8% just 5 years ago to an astonishingly low 1.9% today. This shocking decline signals that dealerships are stuck with far more inventory than they can sell, which forces them into further markdowns and promotions to try to clear out stock. The competition is heating up, with rivals like Toyota and Honda capturing much larger market shares and often selling twice as many vehicles. As the dust settles from this tumultuous period, it's clear that Nissan's financial outlook looks increasingly grim, an uphill battle that urgently needs attention. Challenges versus opportunities. Look, the hardships that Nissan dealerships are facing are impossible to overlook. Recent reports have indicated that 8 franchise stores have shut down this year, and the reasons behind these closures are deeply rooted in unmanageable operating conditions. This situation has fostered a sense of frustration among many dealers, who find themselves struggling to keep pace with rival brands that showcase stronger product lineups and enjoy better consumer perception. Imagine a dealer venting about how their store is selling only half the volume compared to their neighboring Honda or Toyota dealerships. This disparity isn't just an annoyance, it directly impacts new car sales and sends ripples through essential profit centers like service and parts sales. With a dwindling number of customers eager to step through their doors and purchase new vehicles, dealers grapple with limited opportunities to engage potential clients for necessary maintenance services or to sell additional accessories, which are crucial for bolstering their income streams. When looking at the financial landscape confronting this dealership network, it's alarmingly fragile. Initially designed with expectations of maintaining a market share that ranged from 7 to 10%, the current reality starkly highlights a painful truth. There isn't enough business to support all the existing franchises. This harsh reality has prompted some industry insiders to propose a bold plan, reducing the number of dealerships by as much as 40%. While this may sound like a logical approach to stabilize profitability for the stores that manage to stay open, implementing such a strategy brings its own set of significant challenges. There are serious concerns about potential job losses and the negative repercussions that would ripple through local communities that depend on these dealerships for vital employment and services. So what is the grand plan to turn this situation around? Let's delve into the details. Nissan is undoubtedly racing against the clock to revitalize its lineup and win back consumers' affection. The brand has been rolling out new models, such as the freshly redesigned Kicks crossover and the revamped Armada SUV. However, the sales figures for these vehicles haven't skyrocketed as anticipated. For instance, the Kicks has been marketed as a budget-friendly entry-level SUV aimed at younger buyers. Unfortunately, it is struggling to keep pace with established competitors like the Hyundai Kona and the Honda HR-V. Nissan's advertising strategies have heavily focused on showcasing the advanced technology and impressive fuel efficiency of their latest models. However, there's a glaring issue in these advertisements. They consistently neglect to highlight the brand's hybrid offerings. This is significant as Nissan is falling behind competitors who have successfully incorporated hybrid options into their lineups. With gas prices on the rise and environmental concerns taking center stage, Nissan's lack of hybrid models places the brand at a severe disadvantage compared to its more innovative rivals. Industry experts are sounding the alarm, expressing concern that Nissan's current strategies may not be sufficient to reverse the downward trend. One keen analyst has made it clear, for Nissan to turn things around, the company must either introduce more compelling models or drastically reduce prices to clear out existing inventory. The urgency of the situation is palpable. With dwindling profits and a rapidly disappearing market share, it's evident that decisive action is essential to regain consumer trust and stabilize the crucial dealer network. This brings us to the ARC, Nissan's ambitious business initiative aimed at revitalizing the brand. The plan involves launching 7 new North American models by 2026 and achieving a remarkable 78% model refresh in just 3 years. This initiative aims to balance traditional combustion engines with cutting-edge electrified options, targeting 34 electrified vehicles globally by 2030, of which 19 are expected to be fully battery electric. The introduction of these new models is vital for Nissan if it hopes to rekindle consumer loyalty. The redesigned Leaf, for example, is set to arrive with an exciting 25% increase in range. However, experts warn that refreshing the existing lineup alone may not sufficiently address deeper issues related to brand perception and customer retention. The Leaf, once the innovative leader in the electric vehicle sector, has lost ground as competitors like Tesla and Chevrolet advance rapidly. Clearly, Nissan has a considerable uphill battle ahead, yet the ARC plan represents an audacious and comprehensive strategy packed with potential to reshape the brand's future. Time will reveal whether they can successfully navigate the myriad challenges ahead and reclaim their foothold in the fiercely competitive automotive market. Now let's dive into the crucial question at hand. Are we witnessing a recovery, or is it a path toward bankruptcy? Is this the end? Experts are divided on whether Nissan has the resilience to navigate its numerous challenges, or if it's headed toward the grim possibility of bankruptcy. Some analysts warn that if Nissan doesn't quickly restore consumer trust and increase its market share, the brand could struggle to compete against a landscape dominated by electric vehicle specialists. On the flip side, there are optimists who believe that significant investments in electrification and groundbreaking technological advancements could lead to a strong comeback. If Nissan successfully rolls out its solid-state batteries by 2028 as planned, they could benefit from reduced costs and improved performance, potentially recapturing lost ground in the electric vehicle market. Many analysts agree achieving cost parity with traditional internal combustion engine vehicles is crucial for widespread electric vehicle adoption, especially for consumers still hesitant about higher upfront costs. However, a major challenge looms: the electric vehicle price war. Major automakers are fiercely competing, slashing prices in desperate efforts to attract customers. This intense price cutting is squeezing profit margins to the brink. Manufacturing electric vehicles is inherently costly due to expensive batteries and advanced components, making it increasingly difficult to maintain healthy profit margins. Additionally, the electric vehicle market is evolving into a cutthroat battleground, with established manufacturers competing against newcomers and tech giants eager to carve out their niche. To survive, automakers must innovate and differentiate continuously, leading to rising research and development costs. Let's not overlook the consumers. As prices drop, buyers expect more for their money: performance, range, and overall value. Automakers must elevate their electric vehicle offerings while keeping costs in check. Failure to meet these rising expectations can result in lost market share, compounding the challenges already faced in the industry. With all these factors on the table, there's no denying that there is a lot to digest. But what's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.